All right, I want to start off over here. You have 4 or 5 lines. The top lines are the skin. The inner lines are the muscle. The body creates a sensation on the skin into the muscle and back out on the skin that synchronizes to the environment, synchronizes to beauty, socializing, that connects into the heart and transfers into the senses, into the heart, into the stomach, into the nerves, the backbone, transfers into the hearing, the touch, the feel, the environment, and you absorb it. When you're training, you absorb your training that way. You build up the tension resistance, the discipline, and your body focuses that energy and it comes natural to you. The next day you try it again. And so the sense of adventure, the sense of romance, love, mystery, attention, your body feels that sensation. So we don't really feel the sensation in our heart, in our stomach, but we feel it in our body, and it goes into the frequency in our stomach, in our hearts, in our nerves, in our bones. And so this frequency is connected. The skin to the lower, to the inner part muscle, to the back of the muscle, there's a wave that goes up and down. The wave goes up and down, and the outer wave and the inner wave synchronizes to that feeling. So your tension resistance and the person socializing and agreeing with you, you synchronize to the outer and inner, and that's the wave that you absorb, and you stay focused on that wave. So external energy stays constant until an internal force knocks it out your way. So you stay focused on that level until another opinion knocks it out that way. So your brain is always focused on the right level. And so your focus has a certain timing. Your feet to the tension on the floor has a certain timing. Your body has a certain timing to the wall, and your focus, your body to the wall with the heat, and your focus to the objects and the people. And so you change your timing. The more comfortable you feel, the more relaxed, the less heat in close or long distance to structures and wars, the more you feel comfortable in that environment. So you're able to create complex movement in that environment. But once you build up, you repeat your movement, it builds up to a certain pressure, and you will have to focus. And that frequency, the skin and the muscle, is connected to higher ground and lower ground, different class, race, age, style, type, quality. These are colors in the electron, proton, and neutron with radiation. So the colors is the class and the style and the race, and the radiation is the stubbornness, is the arrogantness that separates the high class and the low class. So you have mostly, they got high class and low class in all types of energy, but you got dominating high class, mostly intense. You got the low class, mostly strong, and the middle class are excessive with material. And so you could see that the brain separates all the genes with this high class and low class. So you got intense, excessive, strong, alive, awake, up, electrifying, hot, warm, person, place, universal, live, deaf, exist, life, pain, chance. So you have the Middle East, that's all mostly nature people, and you got Africa is mostly nurture people, and you got Europe that's mostly genuine, and so they're connected to the snow, the frequency of the snow in Europe, the desert, and connected to the jungle in Africa. So they have more rhythm in Africa, while the Middle East has more coordination to nature, and Europe is more connected to genuine, to the tools. So this frequency of top and bottom creates higher ground and low ground in staging, going to war, playing sports. Is connected to this 70 degrees 7 and 23 degrees percentage of the body. So the 70% is the fingers, the toes, and the eyes. So you're more bold and more aggressive in that 70% and more dominant. And so this the 70% connects to big size and small size. So beauty has a certain percentage of frequency. So we're connected to big size and big energy and beauty. So the comfortable warm air, the crisp, the warm, the heated air. And when it creates a wind, it connects to a smaller size. The beauty is connected to small size. When it creates a wind, it connects to big size. So the big size is more radiation in that air that's created by the ground and the sun. So the bacteria mastered the frequency of the sun, and the zigzag of the protons coming from the sun has a certain pattern, and it mastered that zigzag. Different rocks have different zigzag patterns. That's why when volcanoes explode, gold and diamonds and some things are made in different parts of the world, because the pressure of the atoms creates a tension resistance, and that tension resistance resists until it becomes too hot and can't resist no more. So air rises and it creates wind with radiation. So it's more of a radiation, while the beautiful air is more of a heated, colorful air. When it's too hot, it would create a wind and a radiation. So it's connected to a big size, while a small size is connected to beauty. So we're connected. The genes has mastered all the races with nurture, nature, and genuine, with these frequencies of high class and low class. And the body, the size of the body is connected to frequencies in the body that has to build up inward and build a resistance, so that you can feel and connect with entertainment and socializing and fun and sports. You have to feel a certain pressure to want to do that, and that inner and outer frequencies make you feel good in that sport or entertainment, singing or comedy. And so that frequency is a number. That number is a number of beauty, and it's connected to the muscle and the tight and looseness of the muscle. The muscle gets tight and loose in grip, in hold, carry, lift, push, pull, place. It has a certain tight and loose muscle wrapping around the bone in the edges, just enough tightness to grab, and it has an uneven grip, uneven tight and looseness throughout the hands, the fingers, the forearm, the shoulders, the back, to create this balance. And that's how we balance, and it's all frequency. And so the frequency is in the rock. The rock is creates a tension resistance to the air. The air builds up a certain temperature and is able to get the weaker part of the rock and overcome the tension resistance and steal an electron from the rock and make the rock erode. Erode. And the same thing with iron, it makes it rust. And so this frequency is connected into the core of the earth, the air, and the sun's timing. And so we live in between the frequencies in our environment. So we make space. We make space. We live in between the sound, the motion, the direction, the distance, the sound, the color, the shape, the timing. We live in between that. We have a comfort feel in between that. And we are automatically synchronized towards into when we feel pressure, writing, trying to dance, socializing. organizing, we feel pressure, and we put everything in the right place where we feel no pressure. And so those edges of pressure are in our body and connect with our heart and our stomach, and they create the pressure in a frequency. So the body is made up of multiple frequencies that is connected to the air and the rock, and we live in between those frequencies. And so the frequencies are governed by speed confronts gravity in the right distance. I mean, speed confronts. So the earth goes around the sun and resists the sun's gravity with the right speed and the right distance. And the direction of objects overcomes pressure of others. So the direction of objects, the two asteroids collide but connect because they go into the same direction, and they just build. They don't explode and separate because they're going in the same direction. So there's less pressure walking towards the train station and following behind somebody because you're going to the same direction. People walking opposite towards you. So I said all the laws of the frequencies are right here to the body. And so we are big size and evolve. We evolve unevenly, like the neutron, the proton, and the electron. We evolve unevenly until a neutrino comes and connects with the electron, moves closer to the center, creates a wobble up and down, and it creates a balance in the atom. So we evolved that way with democracy, civil rights, and religion. Everything is big size until it becomes small size. So alphabet pictures in Egypt was 800 pictures. They made it easy. They created the 26 alphabet, and they created a small size. So it became for the people instead of the rich. Printing was for the rich, but they used better materials and separate the blocks so they could create different words. And printing became for the people. Halloween had a big size, and it was for adults singing, for liquor, house to house for 1,000 years, but it became for the kids with candy and trick-or-treating with costumes. Christmas used to be a priest and a horse, but they made it more fun for little kids, so it had a big size to a small size. So big size cars were for the rich, and Ford made it cheap with the assembly and made it for the people and created the middle class. Diamonds stock market crashed, and it became cheap for the people, and so they put diamonds on wedding rings because people could afford it now. Oil and gas became refined, so it became cheap for the people. It used to always blow up, and so they learned that it had other elements in it, so they refined it, and they made it cheaper by separating. Basketball used to be with a basket with no backboard, but the people on the second floor of the gym in the schools never gave the ball back. So big size creates a certain pride. Big size is connected to country, it's connected to race. Small size is connected to your skills and your style. And so we become more small size, more faster energy instead of big energy, proud big size. So they took away, they put a backboard in the basketball court, and the ball would come back quicker. So they cut the basket and turned it into a rim and perfected the basketball game. It's the same thing with baseball. It's the same thing with hockey. So we become smaller size, and this can only be done in America because America is not hardcore like Europe that loves stone buildings. America became more humble and tougher to the wood houses and more about the people and connected on a deeper level than Europe did. So America is pure science and allows America to be on its highest level. And so Nice created the transistor. He was selling the transistor to the NASA and the military, but bought it, sold it for less than what he bought it for because he wanted to give it to the people. And now he made his money in bulk and getting a lot of people to buy stuff, and he allowed the people to have, so small size happens again right there. So Obama has to do the same thing. Jesus created Christianity from the gay Romans and Egyptians that marry their own children is the highest power, the highest people are in power. And 160 wives, Christianity allowed to create a deeper level, a small size, and create this more high class world, not hardcore, making more high class and more nature instead of glamour and too hardcore glamorous like Europe, and allow Christianity to unfold in its fullest with America. So Jesus was a certain frequency that people connect with, and by believing in Jesus, people was able to express themselves and connect in a deeper level and trust in a deeper level. So they were allowed to free slaves, have integration rights, women's rights, children's rights, to make a better world for everybody. And so Obama is the same thing. 1,000 years of democracy is now over. 1,000 years of civil rights is coming. And Obama, it would be best if the people were allowed to buy their own apartment and own their own job, and the bosses could still fire the people. The people will work for 6 months and they will get double the money in that 6 months, but there'll be jobs for other people, and the bosses have the power to fire the people. They will work for 6 months too, but they will work in other jobs, and they will work in three other jobs, and they'll make their amount of money double than those people working in there, and in a lesser time. So you could have supervisors work for 6 months, and there will be jobs, and workers for 6 months. There'll be jobs for everybody. You could legalize bootleg, and you could put reality shows in schools and train them with commercials in school, and let them compete and build boats and build planes and build cars and prepare for Mars, going to Mars or other planets, because the old democracy is not working no more, and you're gonna have to make the world better. And Donald Trump, he could build a bridge from Alaska to China, and trade is gonna be the #1 market in the whole wide world with this new jet air train. We could travel around the world in probably a couple of hours, and tourists is gonna be the #1 market around the world. And legalize bootleg, people is always going to buy America stuff, but you could create jobs in other countries and legalizing bootleg, and you could still make $1 out of each thing that they make from that brand to the regular brand people, and everybody could benefit. And so over here, you have the bacteria mastered mastered the timing of the earth, 24-hour spin, mastered the timing of the sun with the seasons, knows the frequency and every angle of the sun, and zigzag, and knows connected to the season, connected to the turning of the sun, and connected to the gravity of the sun and the gravity of the moon, and mastered our left and right, our top and bottom, and our in and out. So the in and out is connected to the bush and the grass. So the prey and the predators become agile prey, and the predators become more robust, and left to right with the sun rise and the sun fall, and top to bottom with a high-pitched voice and a low-pitched voice. All our genes are connected, and so the people are uneven in the 23% are weak and strong in this balance in different cultures and in their own cultures. And so the people that are weaker are more the parents that are more disciplined, and with the pressure in the environment, the kids become more careless, more useless, and more self-absorbed because of the pressure of the environment and the way that parents choose to live and be very hard and disciplined. And so this creates personality and creates allows to create structures of new styles of rock music, hip-hop, mobsters, fashion, Christianity, with we're Roman Christian, and so the world is uneven with high class and low class. Like the Catholic Church believes in Jesus and God, and the Protestant Church believes in Holy Ghost, Jesus and God, and it's like Democrats and Republicans. In this uneven balance, we perfect the styles in this pressure, just like the land creates pressure over the lava and makes the lava create rock. And so basically I think that's it. And so we move wind, and the wind moves the ocean, and the wind governs and steals electrons from the rock. Thank you.